I ain't tryna see your hand out. No freebies, better pay out. Y'all so cheap, man, we stay out. Feel like a breeze, don't play around. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. We left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. We left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me.
Yeah, I've been on the road, chill. 31, baby, living out my dream still. I just got off a tour, the product in store, I'm playing. I'll be rocking with the guy in the horse, yeah. You just hopped in the coupe, got lock in the shoes. I worship his Zeus, you not gonna shoot. I'm watching you do the cam base where I'm blocking these fools. I got studio time, I got my watch in the booth, yeah. They be praying on my downfall. I'm an outlaw, switching pulls every stanza like Southpaw. How come your mouth off when y'all soft? No, you see me on the trampoline, about to bounce off, yeah. It's a matter of time, I know you see me standing in the front, back of the line. I happen to grind every minute, passing the time. We ain't never been friends, how you acting like mine? Y'all need contentment, y'all got resentment. God's grace lead to repentance. You live for mentions that make me question how you gonna handle a gift if you don't know how to stew a blessing. You can't do it, you don't want a dream chase, you don't put your hands to it. You know the circle shrunk, 4th and 40 got a pun. No, I don't do what I want, I do it for the kingdom come. I ain't know that I was flowing, I ain't showing sign of slowing. I am going for the jugular, mate, the one to debate. But you seem to want it for free. I ain't doing video unless I'm gonna get paid, yeah. I've been working on a gift, I ain't doing free shows. You can call me here again, you can call me what you want, it's really absurd. Just because you're the church doesn't really mean you don't have to pay me what I am worth.
I ain't tryna see your hand out. No freebies, better pay out. Y'all so cheap, man, we stay out. Feel like a breeze, don't play around. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. We left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. We left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleepy, and that's when you really gon' need me.
You can't hold me back. You can't hold me down. Okay, we back now. It's been a minute, foot is on the gas now. Ain't no limits, I swear I can never cap out. Yeah, they don't let me loose, I'ma act out. Cause I'm back out. Whoa, look, I'm back now. Back now, back now, back now, back now. Somebody tell them that we back now. Back now, back now, back now, back now. Somebody tell them that we, yeah. I got the city on my shoulder, straight to the top, yeah. I told you I never drop what I'm holding, yeah. I got the team with me. We gotta go and we on a roll, so we never see defeat. Yeah, lights still shine even when the world's dark, and I still stride even when it gets harder. We stayed steady since the day that we started. No, we ain't stopping, I know we got it. Look, we back now. It's been a minute, foot is on the gas now. Ain't no limits, I swear I can never cap out. Yeah, they don't let me loose, I'ma act out. Cause I'm back out. Whoa, look, I'm back now. Back now, back now, back now, back now. Somebody tell them that we back now. Back now, back now, back now, back now. Somebody tell them that we back now. Back now, back now. Look, we back now. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like, yeah, you about to see me on demand like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll. Hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll. Hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On a roll, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And oh, baby, do we have a show for you guys tonight, guys? Happy 40K. We have finally come and touched that legendary 40K level, guys. And we are actually currently rejecting from air. We're getting a little bit of a pullback here, but we did come up to a very, 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 very key level. We obviously, we actually got to push above that level just a few minutes ago. But guys, oh, mic clipping. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't tell them to put the touch buttons on the microphone. I don't know why they did it, but that's why we were clipping. Let me just go ahead and change these levels really quick. But, guys, we got an amazing show for you tonight. Obviously, we did smash 40K. We came up to a level that was a little bit higher than 40K. It's almost like there was an NPOC sitting right at that level. So we're going to be taking a look at that level of resistance right now, guys. And obviously, we are getting a little bit of a local push up again here right now. So we're going to be taking a look at what is coming up next for Bitcoin. Are we looking for more upside? Obviously, we are looking at some higher targets, even above these targets, which were the next targets we were looking for. But we do have some levels above here, guys. We have a value area high above us and another naked daily point of control, which could both act as a magnet to suck price a little bit higher. But are we going to see a pullback first? We're going to be talking about all that on tonight's live stream. We're giving the key levels of support, resistance, and we're going to be taking a look at those next targets to the upside. But it is a super exciting day, guys. Finally, after all this sideways price action that we saw on Bitcoin for quite some time here, we finally got a big move. And, you know, like I always say, every time Bitcoin decides to take a nap, you want to be careful trying to wake her up, because sometimes she wakes up in an angry rage, and sometimes she jumps off a building, and sometimes she straps a jetpack to her back and launches up to 40K. So before we get into it, guys, make sure you smash that like button. Every 100 likes we get, you guys get a spin on the wheel of pain and pleasure, where you guys all have some chances to win some free stuff. Maybe we'll give away some Frankie Candles hats. We'll definitely be giving away some crypto. And if we hit, we'll make it high today. If we hit 750 likes on tonight's live stream, we'll give away a month of the free premium Discord, which we were crushing some trades earlier this morning. I actually want to go over one of those trades on tonight's live stream to show you guys Teach you guys a really important lesson here. It's going to be super cool. But let's go ahead and say what's up to the Candle Mafia before we jump into this saucy price action. We got Cryptid Bees in the chat. What is going on, Cryptid Bees? Thank you for being here. We got Ziva Crypto Girl. Shout out to Ziva. Jessica, our female Candle Mafia representative. What is going on, Jessica? Thank you for tuning in. We got Jay Smith. Let's see. We got maybe a Band-Aid in the chat. What is going on? We got John Vucci hanging out with us tonight. Creighton C, as always, good to see you, bro. We got Roy. What is going on, Roy? Let's see who else we got. Zach in the chat. RPM 87. Medic Money. What is going on? I'm my hero. Shout out to Crimson's girlfriend, not to be confused with Crimson Caravan Company. What is going on, guys? Thank you for tuning in. We got Javid the barber. Javid, don't look at my hair, bro. I need a haircut so bad. But guys, we got Ian in the chat. Wayne C. And last but certainly not least, somebody sent a chat. We got Ellie in the chat. But guys, we got a lot to talk about tonight. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right on into the charts and see if this thing's going to 100K or not. Let's get into it. So guys, here we are on the Bitcoin chart. This is the 30-minute, not necessarily the time frame we want to be looking at. But guys, what I want to do today is I want to kind of just start off zoomed out as we always do. And I just want to zoom out like we always do and talk about these macro targets. Now, on Sunday, during our Sunday Sauce live stream, shout out to anybody who showed up to that. Super, super fun live stream. As you guys know, we do Sunday Sauce every single Sunday. We put out some kind of a tutorial video. We put out tons of pre-recorded videos. But lately, we've been trying those Sunday Sauce live streams, and they've been working pretty well. So I think we might keep that as a reoccurring thing on the channel. But on that stream yesterday, guys, we were looking at this previous value area, which has been kind of our next targets to the upside, which obviously some of these levels are not on the chart right now, but I want to take a look at the overall picture and then go back and look at the intricate intermediary levels between all the main targets, right? Because at this point, guys, you know, zooming out to something like the weekly time frame, like let's just start off here. We'll start off super, super macro just because we broke a pretty macro key level of resistance. So let's go ahead and I want to turn off this value area and I want to turn off that major macro volume profile that we've been looking at all the way since back here, right? As soon as we came up to about 28K, this is where we started looking at this previous value area from the bull market. This should be very familiar to anybody who watches any of my live streams. And this is basically what, you know, we have been looking at some very key levels on the chart, guys. And, you know, number one being the golden pocket up here, the macro golden pocket when pulled from the bull market top all the way to the bear market bottom or the current bear market bottom. I know some people still think we're making lower lows, and I'm here to tell you that, I mean, maybe it will happen. I don't think it's going to happen, at least as of right now. But maybe we come up, tap this golden pocket, get some kind of mega black swan event to come in. But even then, I don't know if I'm looking for a lower low. But trust me, guys, if we get down here and things start to look bad and it looks like we could break these bear market lows, I will be the first person to let you know. I don't know if I'll be the first person, but I'll probably be one of the first people to tell you that we are going lower. But obviously, that seems very far away at this point. But ever since we came down to the low here, guys, actually, we've been looking at this golden pocket ever since we got this dump down here in June. Once we bottomed out there, we actually pulled this fib, and it was just slightly higher, almost in this exact same level, between about 48 and 50K, right? You guys hear, you hear the, oh, could we be going to 48 to 50K? Could we be going to 48 to 50K? And when I'm referring to that, I'm referring to this golden pocket, right? Now, on top of that, we have the value area high of this macro range coming in beautiful confluence with that golden pocket, making it that much more of a saucy level. Now, you know, the reason I bring up this volume profile is because this is basically, once we got up to this volume profile, guys, this is where you're thinking, hey, this is the doorway. You guys will remember, right? Doorway to higher prices. This was the OG doorway to higher prices, and now we kind of use these value area lows, and I call these, you know, every time we see them, I call them a doorway to lower, higher prices or lower prices, depending on what you're looking at. But as soon as we came up to 28K, guys, this is where you're hitting key resistance, and we're saying, hey, if you're able to get above this level, hold it as support. This is what opens up the possibility or opens up the door to potentially get a bigger move up towards our point of control, and then once you flip that, that's where you could start your journey up to the value area high, which could very well be the track that we are on, guys. Now, remember, the long-term bullish sentiment is, very heavily very heavily based off of originally this money flow crossover into the green. So many things were kind of lining up here. It wasn't just that we were knocking on the door of the value area low, but also the fact that we had the money flow crossing over into the green for the first time actually back here, letting us know that, hey, things may be starting to get exciting, right? And especially once you get above that hold support on that value area low, that's where you look to the POC and value area high. Now, with that being said, once we got above there, we went straight to the POC, hung out there for a little bit, crept up, and now we're getting another blast to the upside. Now, again, I want to be very clear. The general track of price action at this point is likely going to be, as long as we can hold above this point of control, we could be easily on our way to this value area high. But the question is, are we going to get to the value area high or get a correction to come in first? And that is a very hard question to answer, right? But we're going to try to give you the best, do the best I can to give you the answer on tonight's live stream. But I just want to, talk about like I like to break things down into like very, very macro, medium term, and then short term and micro term, right? So in the very long term, we are simply, I was saying this to the premium Discord earlier today, we are simply right on track, guys. I'm not one of those people that are going to be like, I've been calling for this price all the way since back here, right? Like, I don't know. It's just, I don't like that. It's kind of cringy. It's like, it could have gone the other way too, right? So, like, let's not pretend that you were 100% positive it was going there and you were right. I was right because it was a certainty, right? Because that's not the case. We could have easily dumped. But the reason I bring this up because I want to show you guys how we were able, like, what made me think that there was a possibility of this happening because you can do this on whatever asset you're looking at, right? With that being said, in the grand scheme of things, 48 to 50K is getting closer and closer as we speak. I felt really silly talking about a bear market rally bringing us up to that macro golden pocket. And you guys will remember, right? If you watch the channel, we've been comparing this to the 2019 bear market rally up to about 14K, where we came up, tapped that golden pocket, and then got the black swan event to come in, which wound up giving us somewhat of a 786 retracement before coming back up, having the halving happen, and then going into the parabolic bull run. And actually made a pre-recorded video talking about this and what the path to 48 to 50K may be if we were to get a similar bear market rally. So, and we are seeing that happen perfectly. Looking at the volume profile, we're simply just seeing what we expected to happen, right? At this point, easily on our way to that value area high, but there are some levels in between us, right? So let's take away that big, giant range and more specifically, before I do that, guys, Golden Pocket is actually coming in between $48,000 and $50,315. So you guys have those actual levels. And again, that fib is pulled from the high of the bull market to the bottom of the bear market. So with that being said, let's go ahead and hide these levels and pull up those intermediate levels that are between the macro levels, right? Macro POC to value area high. We do have some levels in between that, and I'll just keep this on for context. If we pull up those next targets, you could see we actually did on Sunday, our next targets that we were looking at to the upside were right here, right? We had the naked daily point of control coming in at 41,575. You guys can see, not only do we look at these MPOCs because they are significant resistance, but we also look at them because they are magnets for price. And again, there was a reason we were looking at this level yesterday, right? So naked daily point of control did get hit. I think the thumbnail said something like target acquired. Target acquired. We hung out here for a little bit. Now we are getting a nice little push up. We're going to cover the local price action in just a second. However, you can see naked daily point of control was kind of that next level, and then our other level was right here at 40K, between $40,000 and $40,275, where we had another naked point of control and that key psychological level of resistance. And if you come down to a lower time frame, you can see we did hit our head and kind of interact with these levels slightly, but we quickly made the move up to the naked point of control. So now that we're at this level, you might be thinking to yourself, well, if we continue up, what is the next level that we should be looking at? And in my opinion, it is going to be up here at this next naked point of control. Now, I don't want anyone getting too blinded by the reliability of a naked point of control. I don't want anyone thinking like, okay, well, we looked at this Sunday, now price is here. Now we're looking at this price. Are we going to be there tomorrow? Now, granted, that may not be impossible. I don't want anyone thinking that, like, just because this works out so well time and time again doesn't mean that it's 100%, right? There's also other analysis that was making us look up towards this naked point of control. It's not like we just had the level and expected price to go up there, right? We had that 2-day green dot that was printing, and you guys know that kind of my general plan for this was, hey, be careful for that push up on this green dot on the 2-day over the weekend. That will be the signal that I'm watching for a potential push into our next levels of resistance, which we are now sitting at. And then once we get up to those levels, we can reassess that situation and look for the potential short positions and see if they're actually there or if we should sit on our hands and wait for higher prices. Now, Not only do we have that naked point of control at 43,578, but if we go ahead and pull up one of those, pull up that other value area that we were looking at, now I'm going to hide the macro value area so we don't confuse anybody, right? We simply have a more local value area right here that we're looking at, and you have the value area low, the POC, and the value area high right up here. Now, I will hide these other, like, in-between levels just so we don't confuse anybody. I'll hide this naked point of control, and then I will also hide this NPOC as well as this key level at 40K, right? So we are simply just have a local volume profile, again, within the larger profile, right? Large profile, little profile. The little profile is pulled from right here between about January and April of 2022. That's where these levels came from. Excuse me. And with that being said, I'm going to now hide the macro volume profile. I just want everyone to kind of get their bearings, right? Macro, and then we're looking at this local profile now. So I'm going to hide this and take a look in here, and you guys can see that, not only do we have that naked point of control at 43,578, but we also have the value area high of this whole volume profile sitting at 43,900. And just like we were showing on that bigger profile, saying once you hold the value area low, flip that POC, looking for the value area high, same thing goes for this profile, right? You get above that value area low right here, right? And this was another level that we had been talking about on the live stream as we hit our head on this level many times, saying, hey, this is a very key level because this could be the doorway to the POC at 39K, which we wound up hitting. And then if we flip this to support, that's where you see the move to the value area high. And we're seeing exactly that play out, right? So, with that being said, we could be on our way to pushing up into this point of control / value area high. So if we continue to the upside, in my opinion, this is going to be the next key level of resistance that I am looking at. That's the next key level of resistance that I will be looking at. Simply put, beautiful confluence with that naked daily point of control in the value area high. And just in general, based off volume profile theory, as soon as you hold that value area low and get above the POC, you're simply looking for the higher probability trade sitting at that value area high, right? So simply put, those are the next key levels of resistance that I'm watching. Now, shout out to DestructoBot 9000 says, can you take me higher? Let's go, baby. Guys, should I start a second channel of me singing? Because I just kind of let it go there, and let's not lie, guys. Let's not lie. I low-key crushed that note. Come on. Let me know if you thought I crushed that note. Or if I should probably just stick to the charts. Let me know. But come on, I crushed that, right? Like, I think we can all agree. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue on here. Oliver says no. You should not. Let's go. Shout out to Captain Kirk. Oh, Captain, it didn't work out when I wanted to be a rapper. I tried to freestyle on one of my first live streams, guys, and it didn't go well. I'm definitely not a rapper. Shout out to Captain Kirk. She knows that. But hey, I could do don't sing again. Shout out to Mark. You don't think I crushed that note? I feel like I nailed it. But anyway, let's continue on. I'm gonna sing the rest of the TA, guys. How about that? I'm just kidding. We'll leave that to Piano Matty B. He's much better at it than I am. But let's go ahead and continue on. Okay, so here we are, right? That's basically the general plan, right? Like, the macro levels are a little bit different, but locally here, guys, if we continue pushing up, whether we get a correction here, no matter where we come down to, we will talk about this in a second. But regardless of if we get a correction or not, whenever and if we wind up pushing up, that's that next key level that we're looking at, right? And that would be likely the next target that you would get caught up on, potentially reject from, or at least interact with a bit before flipping it and continuing higher to some of those other higher targets, again, getting closer to that 48 to 50K level. So that's what we're looking at, and hopefully, I really do pray that if you guys watch these live streams, you are starting to see that how these volume profiles play out, right? And as long as you could get over kind of understanding where larger profiles are within, or smaller profiles are within larger profiles, AKA basically what I just showed you guys, right? Here's your, okay, come on, where's that macro profile? Macro profile. And then you have the local profiles, right? And once you figure out how to do this, it gives you serious insight into what price will do next. And then obviously you got to find those intricate levels as the MPOCs, etc. But by just looking at the value areas, guys, you can seriously improve your profitability like a ton. I don't want to put a measurement on it because it'd be very hard to do. But that's basically what we're looking at and why, right? Now, let's go ahead, and that's kind of like the medium-term analysis. Now, again, remember that 2-day green dot was another one of those things we were looking at for that push to the upside. And what was kind of our plan, guys? Once we came up to those next levels of resistance, what were we going to be looking for, right? We were looking for a move up to potentially put in higher highs on our price, giving us a bearish divergence on the 2-day time frame. Now, I'm not saying that this 2-day bear div is printing or anything like that. This is not printing right now. I am not saying that this is not a bearish divergence, or at least not yet. And I'm not shorting this to the zero just yet, right? But this was what we were looking at, right? Waiting for this momentum wave to push up and potentially give us a lower high on our momentum wave, giving us that bearish divergence on price action, giving us a stronger signal to look for a big short position, right? And we are seeing this go track right alongside our plan. Now, whether this winds up printing or not is going to have to be figured out over time, right? We got to see if price keeps pushing up maybe to 50K or 48 to 50K, which again, I don't know how likely it is that we just push up there right now. But if we did and this momentum wave came up and made a higher high, that would invalidate your bearish divergence, right? So we are not just blindly shorting these bear divs, especially in a bullish environment like we're in right now. We're not looking for mega shorts. We are obviously being much more greedy with the longs, conservative with the shorts, guys. You want to be very careful in a bullish environment like this. But if you want to catch the big move down, you got to be looking to short the highs, right? Not short the dumps. So with all that being said, let's see. Shout out to Satoshi Nakamoto, said, Frankie keeps winning me over with his integrity, positivity, and best TA around. Shout out to Satoshi Nakamoto. Shout out to you, bro. I really appreciate you saying that. I will say, though, I kind of thought you were going to say because I was a good singer. Guys, I'm really pushing for the singing career. Come on. I'm just kidding. Shout out to Satoshi. I love you back, bro. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much. But as we look at the price action here, guys, we are potentially going to see that 2-day bearish divergence print, but we have to let time tell. As of right now, money flow is coming up nice and clean. VWAP shooting straight up. Shout out to Golden. Oh, my God. Golden, you absolute... Shout out to Golden, gifting those 50 Frankie Candles memberships. You are the absolute GOAT, bro. You get a membership. You get a membership. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Billy, if you're in here, drop a hashtag FYP, baby. Shout out to Golden, you absolute legend, bro. Dropping those 50 Frankie Candles memberships, and I believe he dropped them in the waiting room as well, and I think everybody in this stream now has a Frankie Candles membership, and it's all thanks to Golden, guys. Show him some love with that golden emoji that you just got access to if you got the membership. Shout out to Golden. I appreciate you so much, bro. You literally have no idea. Shout out to you. Bing, bong. Unbelievable. Literally everybody's got... Every single person has a membership. That's it. I'm kidding. I do see some gray names in here, but you hang out here long enough, you will get one of those memberships. That is for dang sure. But guys, continuing on here, macro signals, right? Not only to reiterate what we were looking at for the push up, or another reason why we were looking for a push up. It wasn't just one thing or the other. It was a confluence of multiple things making us look for that. But now looking for price to push up and give us that lower high on the momentum wave for the bearish divergence on the 2-day, giving us a little bit more of weakness on the higher time frames to look for a move down. Now, other than that, guys, on the longer time frames, we are simply right on track, right? Looking up towards that golden pocket. Hopefully that is the end goal if we can get up there. But that is in the macro what we're looking at. And then more locally, just to simplify things, you guys could probably just screenshot these charts. Macro plan, hopefully get into the golden pocket, right? Obviously expecting some noise in here, though. And then go ahead and hide that. Locally, we are simply looking at our May profile or a March profile. Key level here at $43,900 being your value area high. That's going to be another key level to watch. And then other than that, those are basically the key macro levels I am looking at least to the upside. But what happens, Frankie Candles, what happens if we get a move down? Oh my God, hold on a second. Yo, these memberships are going wild. Was that more than 50? Oh my God. Unbelievable. Golden, you are a celebrity, bro. You are an absolute celebrity. Like, dang, lots of gifts. Shout out to Your Mind. Ooh, hey, shout out to Your Mind. Yes, that is this is just a normal Monday on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel. Shout out to Golden. It's all thanks to him. Golden the GOAT. Shout out to 12 Big Dow. Shout out to you, bro. Yeah, Golden is legitimately the GOAT. Okay, Bad Axe says, what happens if we get a move down? Okay, so looking at, price action locally here, guys, if we do wind up getting a little bit of a move down, I want to talk about some key levels, and some of those key levels, I'm actually going to have to pull up Trading Light so we could take a look at those naked daily points of control. Shout out to Creighton C! Let's go! Bing bong! Shout out to you, bro. He says, singing career? I need you and Tony D to drop the duets album. Yo, just me and Tony. Just a cappella. Oh, God, that'd be saucy. Shout out to Creighton. I need you guys to drop the duet album. I need Endless Love and Lands in the stream. Shout out to Creighton C, bro. Dude, you did not have to gift that $50 super chat. You're a savage, bro. But yeah, hey, you guys never know. Me and Tony D may drop that duet album, that acapella album. You never know. Creighton C, dude, thank you so much. You've been showing a lot of love with those super chats, bro. For real, you're a legend. Thank you so much. You do not have to give me your money. And I want to talk about you guys giving me money in a second because you'll see. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue on here. Shout out to Creighton C. Thank you so much, bro. You really don't have to do that. I really do appreciate you so much. You have no idea. But taking a look here at our daily time frame, right? What I want to do here is take a look at the naked daily points of control. And actually, let me come down to a little bit of a lower time frame, right? So some key levels I am looking at below us are going to be, if we break this range, right? Because we have to be careful. If we wind up breaking this range, we could wind up getting a little bit more of a move down. And I want to talk about the levels that I'm looking at. And by levels that I'm looking at, I just mean not all of the levels, right? I want to talk about the key levels or just kind of the naked points of control that I am paying the most attention to, right? So taking a look here. Coming on down. Come on. Zoom it in. We have a level right here at about, well, actually, let's pull this up because I want to see where the confluence is, right? So we got the 4-hour time frame. Let's go ahead and pull some fibs. I'm going to pull this from the low all the way to the high, and then I want to drop this down to a full retracement from this impulse to the upside. So this is coming in at about $40,693. Hang on, let me re-pull that. That was messed up. Boom. Pull it to this candle. There you go. Okay, right down here. Obviously, guys, the point of control of your range, right? And now this is not the full macro range. This is the range that goes up to 43.9. Point of control of that range is definitely going to be a key level, right? And you also have a golden pocket just above it, about $39,223. Top of that, or the 618 is sitting at about $39,380. So that golden pocket is going to be a level I would be watching in my own opinion, right? 39.4-ish. And then if you come on over to Trading Light, we could see if there is, 39.5 there, or 39.5-ish, 39.6. There is a point of control sitting out here that we should be keeping an eye on, right? And then again, all the way down here, this is a little bit lower, sitting at about $36,582. Would be another point of control to watch, and even here at 38.8K. So these are all going to be significant levels to be looking at as if we wind up getting a correction here, right? And again, point of control of the range sitting at about 39K. Going to be another level, right, that you want to be keeping an eye on if we get a move down. But the question is the move going to be that severe, right? And in my own personal opinion, we're getting the 3-day green dot now, guys, right? 4-day green dot now printing. 5-day green dot now printing. 6-day not printing, right? So these do make me a little bit more cautious of some more upside, and make me kind of wonder if we're going to get a local pullback before another push up. Okay, hang on. Shout out to Tony D. I will get to that super chat in just a second. Let me pause chat so I don't lose it. But guys, if we do get the pullback, those are just some of the levels that I'm going to be watching, right? And here's the thing, right? Let's break down the local price action at this point. Come down to the 1 hour. Let's go to the Bybit chart, and let's talk about the local price action here. And I'm actually going to clear all this out just because it's irrelevant at this point, right? So obviously, guys, we did form somewhat of a pretty nice range here, right? We got a identifiable range sitting here. So this is our local range, and we are now printing a bearish divergence on the 30-minute time frame. Now, Another thing that I am looking at here is the potential swing failure, or not potential swing failure, but the swing failure that we did just get right here, right, of this wick right here. Price came up, wicked above the SFP, came back down, closed the candle above, confirmed swing failure. This could indicate that a correction may come in. Now, on top of that, you do have the bearish divergence on your 30-minute right here, printing with your higher highs on your price action. And the lower highs, it's kind of exaggerated there. Exaggerated bear div on your 30-minute. I should correct that. But with that swing failure on the 1 hour, and the fact that we are back below this value area high may indicate that if we break this POC, we are likely to go down to that value area low. Now, again, let me pull up these fibs real quick. Never be ashamed to pull your fib out online, guys. So again, right here, between about 40,000, 40,618, this would be a golden pocket I am interested in, right? If we come on over to ExoCharts, I believe, where is that golden pocket? Let's see, 40,600. And then 40,000. Yeah, so we do have single prints right in that area as well, guys. So down here, between about 40,000, 40,530, 540-ish, all the way down here to about 40,300. We do have those single prints, right? So that is getting very, very, very close to that golden pocket. This golden pocket is pulled from 39,477. Let me see. Grab our fib. Bada boom. From right here. Okay. So you can see right on those single prints, we do have the golden pocket, right? Making this whole area a pretty significant place to look for support, right? So if we do get a bigger move down and we come down and we break that range that we just drew on TradingView, right? This range, if we break this range, bada boom. Actually, let me mark out these single prints really quickly, just on the TradingView chart. Let's actually see if our TPO indicator on TradingView calls for the same single prints. Let's see. Yeah, like see right there, baby. So yeah, you can see the single print sitting right here as well. But I do like to see these. I do like to pull these from ExoCharts, the exact numbers, right? So 40,302 to 522. So 302. No, hang on a second. Wait, what am I looking at here? Top of the single prints at 40,005. So 40,500. We'll just do it roughly. And then all the way down to 40,315. So 40,315. Right about there, right? So mark this out. Single prints. Where do we got? Right there. Bada boom. So we got the single prints chilling right here. Right? So that is going to be a point of interest if we get a move to the downside. And again, your golden pocket is in pretty decent confluence with that. So we'll put a blue box here as support. And that would be kind of the next level if we break that range that I would be looking for some bounces, right? So you break down, maybe get a bigger move. This could be where you get the bounce. Now, obviously, 786 coming in at 40,111. That would be another pretty significant level to watch. Obviously, it is a Fibonacci retracement level, but that's kind of what I would be looking at if we get a local move down. And in my own personal opinion, I will be honest here, right? We did actually swing fail this wick on the 1 hour time frame, right? And again, you do have your 30 and 45 minute, 45 minute bear divs as well printing right now. So it could give us a continued move down. But here's the thing, guys. On this swing failure, I'm not getting the ExoCharts confirmations that I like to really look for. I'm not going to go into all of them right now, but essentially what you want to see is you want to see on the push up that people were getting stopped out. And more specifically for this particular trade, you want to see that the shorts were getting stopped out, right? And if you pull up your net shorts, you could see that we actually didn't really get a lot of shorts getting stopped out on this push to the upside, right? So, and you could see that by the net shorts not decreasing on that candle, right? If all the shorts got liquidated on this candle or stopped out on this candle, your net shorts would go down, right? So didn't really get the, amongst other confirmations, but a lot of the confirmations on ExoCharts just weren't there. It doesn't mean that you can't take the trade or it won't play out, but it just makes it a little bit, kind of makes you think like, hey, maybe we're not going to, get the big reversal there, right? So a little bit sussed out by that, but you do have the signals that could push you down, especially because you're below that value area high. But Again, not all the confirmations were there, and I don't like just degenerately taking random trades. And again, I want to be clear. It doesn't mean that I won't take this trade or didn't take this trade or would never take this trade. It just means that I'm taking the trade with that in mind, right? With the trade idea in mind being that, like, okay, like, hey, we didn't get the stop outs here. So I'm actually expecting potentially if we have more liquidity above, we may want to go out and stop more people out before we actually reverse the price. And then if we take a look at high block capital here, this will probably reload. We're going to reload? No? Okay. So let's pull up the liquidations here and see if we got anything popping up. And you guys can see here, we actually do have some more liquidations sitting up here at about 42,700, right? Doesn't guarantee that we're going to get another push up to stop those people out before getting a rejection. But if we didn't get the confirmations on the swing failure here, and if we are going to get another push up, this is very useful information. Know that the liquidations are sitting here at 42,700. So that might be where the liquidation event happens, and that might be a better place to look for a potential reversal. But just locally here, guys, pulling up the 4-hour, right, VWAP, starting to curve back up towards that zero line. It's a little unclear here in the short term what is going on, right? 2-hour, looking, money flow starting to come up, looking to print that green dot, starting to get a little resistance at the zero line here. Not the best look for the, not the best look for, it's kind of hard to say, right? You're getting rejected, but that could easily curve up here soon. But, short term, very, very, very kind of foggy waters here, right? But again, if you are trading this local price action, you have the context of this volume profile kind of giving you a map, right? As long as we stay under that value area high, if you took a short off an SFP of this wick, as long as you stay below that value area high, may be likely that you come down. Also, money flow coming out here on the 15-minute, like that is nice and everything, but again, there's no fresh red dot on the 4-hour, right? Like we like to see the 4-hour red dot printing with that 15-minute money flow coming out, right? But we don't have the 4-hour red dot. We just have the money flow coming out on the 15-minute. So not all the confirmations are there, right? Again, it doesn't mean that we're not going to get the move down. It's just that, like, if we do get the move down, there was no, like, perfect trade setup, right? Or the confirmations weren't really that perfect. So this is, it's kind of up in the air here. I know we were at the premium Discord earlier today, looking at these potential shorts saying, yep, not getting the confirmations, guys. And we just kept pushing up. So, you don't want to take the trade if it's not there. But just locally, guys, value area high coming in at $42,000. Almost even. POC of this range coming in at 41,729, and the value area low at about 41,395. These are the key levels to be looking at if you're looking to trade this locally, right? And then, basically just treating this as a volume profile. If we come back down to the low, we may be looking to take a long position as you deviate below this key level, which is your value area low, to potentially get a ride back to the POC and then back to the value area high. And then, obviously, you're not blindly long in these levels. You want to find your confirmations. If you don't find confirmations down here, it may be more likely that you're going to lose the level and come back down to that next key level of support that we just mentioned, and not only just said, hey, this is a key level, but also showed you guys exactly what we have down there, making it a key level, as well as where I get these levels from, which is exo charts, right? So that's basically what I'm looking at locally here, guys. That's basically the plan. Other than that, guys, just riding these long positions into the sunset. My swing long is now up over 1,000%. It's up like 1,100%. And then also we have the, I can just pull these up. Swing long up, 1,108%, $1,500 unrealized, got 2,500 locked in. And I am still in this swing short, or not swing short, but the scalp short from XRP or on XRP. Now, I do want to mention something here. Somebody left a comment. I forget who it was. It's someone who watches a lot, so shout out to whoever left that comment. But they were saying, like, Frankie, no, don't be greedy. Why are you still holding that XRP short? And I want to answer this question live for you guys because there is actually a reason I'm still holding this short, right? It's not that I'm being greedy and I'm risking it all, right? And I want to be clear here, right? 90% of my profit is locked in on this trade. This was a very short-term scalp trade, or was supposed to be a very short-term scalp trade, right? So we locked in almost $1,000, within that little 15-minute scalp or whatever it was, and then locked in 90% of the profits here. So this is guaranteed. Stop loss at my entry, right? So this is guaranteed winning, right? Guaranteed win, right? So if XRP rips and stops me out, I make about $1,000, right? So no big deal. I only have $49 left on this trade, right? So I still only have $49 of my own money in the trade. Up about 441%. So again, if this winds up ripping up and stopping me out, I make money, right? So this isn't, I'm not just degenerately holding this. And I want to say that to you guys because, there is a lot of nuance when you're looking at either your own trades or someone else's trades. There is because that whoever, I forget who left the comment, but it's really good, right? Because I always tell you guys, don't be greedy with your trades, right? Like lock in your profits. Don't just try to hold them forever. In this case, I kind of am looking to just hold it until I get stopped out, right? So I'm kind of looking to hold this forever, but not blindly and degenerately. I have my money locked in, my stop loss at my entry. So again, this thing is either going to dump at some point, and if I don't get stopped out before it dumps, I'm going to make extra money. And if it just rips and stops me out, I also make money, right? And again, this $216, I'm willing to lose that if I walk away with $932, right? So I don't really mind that. So just kind of how I manage my trades, right? Like I'm letting this YOLO bag just run. But if it gets stopped out, I'm still winning the trade. Same thing with this. I actually should lock in a little bit more profits on this at this point, but we just got the pump today, right? So lock in a little bit more profits on this probably tonight. But then again, eventually I will move my stop loss to my entry, making it a guaranteed winning trade. And then if it keeps ripping, then we're just continually just like sitting back, raking in the money without doing anything. And then if it winds up coming down and stopping us out, then, we still have our locked in profits, right? So now my chances of me getting stopped out of this anytime soon are probably pretty low because my entry's all the way down here. Caught basically the bottom there. But by the way, a trade setup that we did put in the premium Discord. But I just kind of wanted to talk about that a little bit. So still holding my long trade, still holding this short trade, which is still not really even taking any damage right now. Like this thing's been between $250 and $200 and $250 in unrealized profit since I locked in my profit. So this thing is just chilling. But also in another scalp short that this trade really was not supposed to turn into what it turned into. It's up like $2,500, not even unrealized 2,500. I think we have like 1,500 locked in, 549%. But that was supposed to be a scalp, so that feels like free money to me. But I just kind of wanted to just update you guys on the trades. But yeah, still holding these trades. Like, I mean, other than that, just riding the trades into the sunsets, not just the longs, but the shorts as well. So pretty nice situation that we're in right now. Now, before we move on to the altcoins, I will say, you guys, if you want to see your favorite altcoins, go ahead and spam them in chat right now. Rob the Crypto Snob will count up the votes and let us know which coins we're looking at. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. But I do just want to say, real quick, speaking of trades here, as you guys know, on the Sunday Sauce live stream, we were talking, I forgot, shout out to Blockchain Domain, had sent a super chat, and he was I think he was joking. He was like, hey, here's my last $10. I figured I'd super chat you. Blew up my account or just lost a bunch of money. You could just YOLO this on a 100x trade. And we were thinking about taking a degenerate 100x trade yesterday, just having people pick up or down and just randomly taking the trade. But what we wound up doing, guys, was I said, you know what? I like to teach people how to be successful traders. I don't like to teach you how to gamble your money away. And so what I decided to do was get Blockchain Domain into the premium Discord for a week. Just a week, to get him in there and say, hey, instead of me losing your money for you on a degenerate trade, why don't we get you in the premium Discord for a week? I'll show you how to actually trade, and hopefully you can make your money back. And we actually had a setup in the Discord earlier today for a long position. Literally, I could probably just pull the chart up, to be honest with you. There's no, so a little long position that we took here with that 100x trade. So basically, we got him in the Discord. I took the trade anyway with the amount of money that we said, but I didn't gamble it, right? I took it on a high probability trade here, right? And I want to go over this trade really quickly to show you guys what I looked at to enter the trade. But we waited for the trade to present itself, got into a high probability trade, and we hit the full TP plus some. So we did take that trade, and I told Blockchain Domain I will send him the money. It was a small amount of money on high leverage, but we're going to send it to him anyway because I'm a man of my word. So shout out to Blockchain Domain. And I just kind of thought it was a good learning experience for people, or good teaching experience, where it's like, almost certainly, guys, if we took that random 100x trade yesterday for no reason, we would have lost all the money, right? But by just spending a little bit of time setting a trap and waiting for price to get into that trap and taking a high probability trade, we were able to actually make money on that trade and understand why we made the money, right? So it wound up going up over like 150%. But shout out to Blockchain Domain for teaching that lesson. But real quick, guys, really what we saw here was, simply put, The way I entered this trade was we simply had an SFP. Let me go ahead and hide this. This is going to be very, very actionable information for anybody learning how to trade on their own. So if you're here to learn, pay attention right now. This is the sauce. So what happened here was we actually wound up, right? We had the range lows here. We had a wick low right here at about 41,378. And then we also had some lows down here, right? Now, why do I look at these levels? Well, because as you guys know, oftentimes, when you have a range like this, you have to think people are probably long from here, right? People are also probably long from here. Everyone is trying to long the lows of the range, gearing up for a potential breakout. Now, what does that do? That puts a lot of stop losses below this level, right? Everybody's stop loss is below the range low, meaning there's a lot of liquidity down here that could potentially get swept. Now, and even people longing down here as we were approaching the range low, their stop losses are down here as well. And what are we going to be looking at to enter the trade? Well, first off, I saw a swing failure where this 15-minute candle broke below the range low and this SFP level right here, and then it snapped right back up and closed its candle above that SFP level, and that indicated to me that we have probably wiped out all of the longs that were sitting below here, and we have stopped out and liquidated these people, making it very likely to get a reversal to the upside. Now, I did not enter this trade based off the SFP. What I entered this trade based off of was actually the Lux Algo strategy that we use, or I talk about every single day on the channel. Not every single day, but I do bring it up a lot. It's like one of the main reasons that I use, one of the main ways that I use Lux Algo. If you pull up the Lux Algo indicators, you can see, what do we talk about with this, guys? Like, this is the sauce. You get that big move down to hopefully and potentially stop out all the longs, right? That's what you're looking for. Price comes down, stops out all the longs. You get the big bounce. You get a bullish change of character here on the 1 minute time frame. You get those blue candles, right? And this is where I am looking for longs. As soon as you get the bullish confirmation and your candles turn green, this is letting me know you're on long watch, right? Where is your golden pocket retracement? Your golden pocket retracement is sitting right down here. Do you have confluence with your smart trail? Yes, you do. The Lux Algo smart trail was coming right through this Fibonacci golden pocket retracement. Now, if price retraces into this area, this is where you're looking to take the long position. And that was where we were looking to take the long position, and it wound up getting a perfect bounce off that level, right? And on top of that, you know, we had the SFP. You came down, looked. This is how I got the entry, right? So the SFP let me know that it was a high likelihood of a reversal. The going down to the 1 minute on Lux Algo was how I found the actual entry, and you could see that we got a beautiful bounce, not only off of the golden smart trail, but also right off the golden pocket. And this is usually what you want to see when you have confluence between your smart trail and your golden pocket 786. This makes it a high likelihood place to get a bounce from, right? So this is exactly how I entered that trade. If I had seen this setup last night or on Sunday Sauce's live stream, I would have taken the position, but it simply wasn't there. So we wait for the position, we take it, and now we wound up getting that trade to be a winner for blockchain domain. So shout out to you guys, and a couple other people threw $5 super chat saying, I'll throw in all, there you go, that's for blockchain domains long. Let's see what happens. But I was like, I don't want to just degen this out. I want to go get him into a real trade and actually make some money for him. So there you go. Blockchain will hit you up after the stream, and hopefully he said he was going to use that money to actually get into the premium, which may actually wind up turning him into a profitable trader. So it's gonna be a crazy full circle thing, and I couldn't be happier with how that worked out. So, but anyway, that's how we found that. That's how we found that entry. Now, on top of that, guys, I also looked for. We came down to these single prints. We also saw people shorting, late shorters down here, which made it very likely that they would get stopped out on a move back to the upside. We also saw some absorption, which is not something I'm going to cover right now. We cover that more on the premium Discord. That's kind of what I teach over there. But you know, lots of reasons to go long on this. But really, this Lux Algo entry strategy, I do talk about it all the time. But I just wanted to kind of show you guys because we actually use this to get into trades. We don't just talk about it because we're sponsored by Lux Algo. We are sponsored by Lux Algo, but I actually use the indicator. I'm not just I don't just take sponsorships, guys. Like if I don't use the indicator, like I can't tell you how many people ask us for sponsorships, exchanges. If I don't like your exchange, or not even if I don't like it, if I just don't use it, it could be the great exchange. If I don't use it, I don't want to promote it to you guys, right? Because it just, I don't know, it just doesn't seem right. I don't like it. Like, it doesn't matter. There's no money they could offer me. Like, I like to show you guys what I do, right? That's what this channel is all about. I want to show you guys how I do things, right? So there you go. But shout out to Lux Algo. If you guys are interested in Lux Algo, this is only a very small portion of the features on Lux Algo. But if you guys are interested, check the link in the description down below, and you can save. CandleMafia saves, I believe, they always have discounts going, but the Mafia does get a discount, so check the link in the description. But there you go. So, shout out to Tony D. Oh, God, I lost that super chat now. Bear with me. Shout out to Bad Axe. Thank you for that super chat, bro. He says, thanks for the free help almost every single day. You are truly the GOAT. Bing bong. Shout out to Bad Axe. I appreciate you so much for saying that, bro. I do this because I love it. And I'm not saying that to be corny. I really just do it because this is what I like to do. But yeah, shout out to you, bro. Thank you so much. Let's see. Tyler Jackson. Shout out to Tyler Jackson. Thank you for the super chat. He says, I asked your thoughts on bets Friday, and you said it looked like garbage. What about now? Shout out to Tyler Jackson. It's probably what do you call it? A meme coin. Let's see. Is it a meme coin? I assume. Let's see. Oh, yeah, blockchain bets. Oh, no, I don't think. Let's see. Let me turn off the indicators here. Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is different, right? Not having enough price action to analyze the chart doesn't mean that it looks like garbage. Maybe I thought it was a meme coin, but you could go. Let me show you some meme coins. Let's see. Let's go to Pepe, right? Now, Pepe obviously is kind of more of like a mainstream meme coin, right? So it's still kind of alive. But for the most part, with the meme coins, guys, just because a meme coin is a scam does not mean that you can't make money with it, right? So if you look at a coin and you're like, oh, this is a total complete scam, it doesn't mean that you can't make money with it, right? It just means that if you do buy it, make sure when it pumps, you take profit before it goes to zero. So I don't really remember looking at this. No, I do remember looking at this. I don't remember calling this a scam. I do remember looking at this. Right, this is I hate to even give this, this looks like a scam, but is it pumping? Absolutely, because it's a meme coin. Meme coins are the things that you're going to get the 100Xs on, but you just have to be careful because a meme coin is not usually a quality project that you want to hold through a bull run, right? Because, eventually there is a point where they will rug it, right? Even if I don't even think I called bets garbage. I think I called this garbage. But even if I did call bets a scam garbage coin, doesn't mean that it's not going to pump, right? Like, I'm not surprised that it pumped. Shout out to whoever holds either bets and Jesus, right? Like the Jesus coin, I call this a scam, probably is a scam. 99% chance this is a scam. But again, it doesn't mean it's not going to pump, right? The scams are the things that pump the hardest. I think probably my biggest flip in crypto happened with a scam, right? I put $100 worth of Safe Moon. The second day it came out, turned it into like 15K, and then they got rugged, right? So there you go. They pump a lot, but you just got to know when to sell. Thank you for the super chat, bro. I appreciate you. Shout out to Tony D. He says, read my next chat after this super chat. For infinite wisdom, he asked earlier, but it got lost in the void. Shout out to Tony D. It got lost in the void again. So shout out to you, bro. If you could send it again, I'll try to see it. But shout out to Bad Axe. We read that one already. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for being here. John Vucci said, I want more spins on the wheel of pain and pleasure. So please tap that like button. Oh, I got my Frankie Candles hat today. Shout out to John Vucci. I bet it looks good on you, bro. What color did you get? Let me know in the chat. And then shout out to Pokemon Jack. Said, I'm building my portfolio with $500 each into Link, XRP, Matic, and Solana. Thoughts on this? I'm also going to add 6 other small caps at $100 each. Shout out to Pokemon Jack. Bro, I hold all those coins. So that's what I think about it. There's not a coin on there I don't like. So there you go. That's what I think, bro. Good job. And then honestly, putting your smaller percentage of capital into the smaller cap coins, great idea. Great idea, bro. So yeah, great work. That's what I think about that. So shout out to Pokemon. Thank you for the super chat. And there you go. Link, XRP, Matic, and Solana to the moon, baby. Let's get it. All right, let's go ahead. Let me pull chat back up here, and let's go ahead and see if we got our coins here. Okay, there we go. Okay, so Tony D says, or someone I guess said, hi, Frankie. How are you doing? Any tips on not taking profits too early? I can't seem to hold my trades as the anxiety of losing out on profit means I sell early so I can sleep. Then I wake up with FOMO. Shout out to whoever asked that question. I love that you asked that question. Okay, so this is an amazing question. So just feel it. Feel it. Here's the thing. If you're closing your trades too early, but here's the thing. You're probably not getting into your trade with a plan. So here's what I would recommend to you, right? So let's say you were looking to get into this. I'm actually going to take this off because I don't want to promote this because it probably is a scam. Doesn't mean it's not going to pump, guys. It could 100x from here until Christmas. I don't know. I don't promote it. I don't own it. But it's likely a scam, but it could pump before. I just want to make that clear. But anyway, let's say you were looking to get into a long here on Bitcoin and you got long right here. Let's say you're looking at price. You're like, I'm going to long this thing. And you're just entering long, right? You think it sounds to me that you may be getting some significant confirmations or something saying, I want to go long here, and you enter, and then it starts pumping up. What it seems like to me is that you don't have an end in sight, right? Because for me, when I get out of a trade, it is simply because I have hit a take profit that I've already preset, right? So I'm not just looking for things to be bullish and getting into a trade and then just holding on to it, hoping to make a bunch of money. That's not what I'm doing, right? So for example, if I pull up the setup for the long position that we got into this morning with the premium Discord, right? So I'll just show this really quickly so I can show you kind of like this is what it sounds like is happening with you, right? And by the way, I don't say this to criticize you. I'm saying this to hopefully help you. And even if I nail what you're thinking and you're like, man, he's right, I'm doing it wrong, or don't let that discourage you at all. Like I did the same thing. So I'm explaining kind of what I struggled with because I struggled with something very similar. And that was like basically the greed would get me every time. It's the emotions. It's the hardest part of trading, bro. So trust me on this. If your TA is good, but you're just, you got that part out of the way, but you just got to narrow in those emotions, or get rid of those emotions, like you're on a good track here, right? So for this trade, right, I've already looked at where, like for a plan like this, what I'm looking at is I'm trading the value area, right? So it's a range trade. So I'm not really expecting this coin to moon, right? Or whatever I'm looking to trade, right? I'm not necessarily expecting this to absolutely moon, right? I'm simply looking for this move to come up, get back into the value area, move up to the POC, and then hopefully the value area high. But I know the golden pocket is here, right? So when I'm looking at this, if price comes up, my first TP is usually the POC, right? So you take partial profit at the POC and then expect to get to your value area high. So we come up, I take a partial TP at the POC, and then if we get above the POC, I take the final take profit wherever my final profit target is. For this one, I was being a little bit more conservative at the golden pocket because I knew it was there and a likely place to reject, which is actually what wound up happening. I don't want to share too much here, but it actually wound up coming straight up here, and then we rejected right from that purple box almost to the dollar, right? So, simply put, if you have this plan, right, and you get into the trade, and let's say you get up to the POC, you take profit, move your stop loss to your entry point, you could just go to sleep. If you get stopped out, you get stopped out in profit, right? And then when you wake up, you'll either wake up to money or you'll wake up to your trade just continuing to rip, right, with another TP hit, or maybe it's just flying, right? So what it sounds like to me, brother, is that you may not have a sound trading plan. You should have a reason to enter, a reason to exit, and a reason to take profit, right? So you need a reason to enter, a reason to get out, a point of invalidation, a stop loss, an area to get out when the trade idea is no longer valid, right? And then you need a final TP. Sometimes your final TP can move, but then you need places to get out when your trade's in profit. If you could get all these down and set them before you're in the trade, or right as you're getting in the trade, or before you get into the trade, I'm going long here. If it goes past this point, I'm getting out. If it keeps going up, I'm taking profit here. I'm taking profit here. If we hit this price target, I'm letting the rest ride and locking in my profits, right? So you just got to predetermine what your trading plan is, and that will 100% help eliminate the emotions, because you could basically set and forget the trade. You can get into the trade, walk away, and then just wake up the next day and see what happened. But it's not degenerate, because you're not going to get wrecked in your sleep, because you have your invalidation point set. You have your stop loss set, so you will not get wrecked. You're either going to take a controlled loss that you've already measured, or you're going to win some money. So there you go. Hopefully that helps you out, guys. Hopefully that helps somebody out in chat. Hopefully. But there you go, guys. Shout out to Golden. Let's go. This man is unstoppable. I can't find the party button for the light, Golden. I'm sorry, but shout out to you, bro. You're an absolute legend, gifting another 20 Frankie Candles memberships. If you weren't a member before, you probably are now. And with that being said, that was Golden's sign to tell us to look at the altcoins. So let's go ahead and jump into the alts here, guys. If one of the mods can drop the altcoin list, as I have not been looking for it, go ahead and drop that, and I will pin that chat, and we'll start looking at the altcoins. But there you go. Whoever asked that question, hopefully you guys can learn from that, right? If you have your trading plan, you'll struggle a lot less with the emotion. So hopefully that helps you out, brother. All right, let's go ahead and pin that. Thank you, Rob. I appreciate you, Rob, the crypto snob, my man. Guys, show the mods some love in the chat. And if you love the mods, guys, smash that like button. We're going for 750 likes on tonight's stream. If we do, someone is getting into the free Discord. Everyone can go to the free Discord. Somebody's going to win a free month of the premium Discord this week. So go ahead and smash that like button. But there you go. There you go. That wound up playing out in full. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue on here and start taking a look at some of the altcoins. What is first on the list? Solana. Let's go ahead and check Solana. And let's see what we got going on here. Ada, shout out to Dinero. Shout out to Dinero. Ada is next on the list, baby. Let's get it. Shout out to Crypto Billy. He says show ETH. And I say, we'll do it after Solana. I should show ETH first, but we'll take a look at Solana first. But let's go ahead and see. Let's see. Solana. Shout out to Creighton T. Thank you for the super chat, bro. He says 800 watching, less than 300 likes. Show some love for Frankie. Likes are free. It is the easiest and the most free way for you guys to spread the gospel of the Candle Mafia and grow this community into an unstoppable force. Let's go. Let's see. Okay, let's continue on. Shout out to Nikki94 Boo. So I need that. I'm missing too much alpha. Shout out to Nikki94 Boo. But let's take a look here, guys. Obviously, Solana. Let's go ahead, come out to a higher time frame. Take a look at the daily. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's take a look here. Okay, so came right up to our $65 target, right? And here's the thing, right? We were talking about this in the premium today. Shout out to that price target at $65, right? Closed the candles just below, kind of started to create a range here. So what I would be doing here at this point, guys, is treating this as a local volume profile, right? Local range. Highs up here, lows down here. Now, with that being said, next key level to the upside, if we break out, is going to be the MPOC at $70.11. Now, for Solana, guys, there's kind of a lot of resistance. There's a lot of resistance in the way, right? There's a lot of MPOCs. There's a bunch of high volume nodes, which kind of makes me think that, here's the thing. The next major target, in my opinion, is going to be $80, right? Value area low, right on top of this naked point of control. And then all these other levels may make it like a slow grind to the upside, potentially. And then we just kind of eventually get up to that level. Or price may just say, you know what, screw you. I'm going to the key level and just yeet right up to that value area low. But this is really the next key level of resistance I'm looking at is the value area low, naked point of control, sitting at about $80, $80.50, right? Now, shout out to Dave Digital said, I want to show Frank some lover. Ooh la la. Shout out to Dave Digital. Well, Dave, you're going to make me blush live on camera, bro. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for the super chat, bro. And shout out to you for the love, my man. Not my man, but like my man, like my dude, my bro, you know. Anyway, shout out to Dave Digital. Shout out to Golden said, if you got a membership, smash that like. Frankie, love you. Shout out to Golden. Yeah, if you guys got a membership, smash that like button. They are free. But so is the like button. Well, they're free for you guys, not free for Golden. Golden spends a lot of money. So shout out to Golden. If you love Golden, smash that like button. If you hate me, smash the like button or the dislike button, whatever. They are the same thing, just so everybody knows. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue on here. Shout out to Big Russ. What is going on, bro? Welcome in. Hey, Franco that Candles. Shout out to Marcus. What is going on, my brother? Let's see. We got Chewy in the chat. What is going on, bro? Did we just get like an influx of random people? Okay, let's continue on. Whoa, what's going on, V-Slim? I hit it twice. Oh, no, V-Slim, you got to hit it an odd number of times. Shout out to V-Slim. He's absolute OG of the Candle Mafia. I thought you knew to hit it an odd amount of times, V-Slim. Shout out to you, bro. Hit it 5 times. Okay, let's go ahead and shout out to Creighton C. Said 650 likes. Frankie shows us calves. Maybe we will. Creighton. But let's go ahead and continue on here. For Solana, next key level, $80. But locally, I will be looking at this range, guys. Now, yeah, I will be looking at this range. If we remain below this value area low, I'm simply going to be looking for a potential move to the POC and value area low of the range. Or if we get below the value area high, can't get back above the value area high, looking down to the POC value area low, right? Simple range trading, right? To simply, right, you deviate from the low, look to go to the high. Deviate the high, look to go to the low. Deviate the low, back to the high. Deviate the high, back to the low. Deviate the low, back to the POC. Didn't make it to the high. See, the volume profiles don't work 100% of the time, guys. Missed it there. And then back down to the low, and then back up to the value area high. Deviation, this is where you look for the short, right? So with that being said, guys, that's kind of how I would be treating Solana. Other than that, take a look at the 2-day. 2-day green dot confirmed, very similar to Bitcoin. 4-day, looking for the green dot. 3-day, looking for the green dot. Weekly, money flow crossover. Now, on all of these coins, guys, not only on Solana, not only on like a lot of these altcoins, guys, have fresh money flow crossovers into the green on the weekly. This indicates that the uptrend over time will likely continue to the upside. So, with that being said, I don't want anyone thinking like I'm bearish on Solana, because I'm not. Will we get some kind of a correction to come in at some point? Yes. But the money flow crossing over into the green would make it much more likely that we would come down, put in a higher low to maintain bullish market structure on the higher time frames, and then continue higher. So with that being said, coming back down to the lows, or the low time frames, dang, man. Yo, TradingView's going through some updates. You can't do alerts right now because they're fixing them, and I think they got to be fixing this too. Because when I go from the drawing tool, right, and then I go back to my regular tool to drag the chart, it stays on. Like, what just happened there? Wild. Anyway, yeah. As we break, I would just be looking at this volume profile, guys, being very cautious of a push to the upside. If we break these highs, I'll just give a freebie right here on Solana. If this happens, this is what I'd look for. If we break this level, I will simply be looking for a swing failure pattern. Bada boom. Looking for an SFP right here. If we come up to that level and we crack above that SFP, you have that NPOC just above you to act as resistance. If you can get that swing failure at this level, that might be something to look for a short on to potentially get a bigger correction to come in. But other than that, like, I'd be cautious, right? Like 2-day fresh green dot just confirmed. It's not really the time to just go giga short, in my opinion, unless you get clear confirmation. So right now, that's how I would be handling Solana, looking at this local range. Value area high coming in at 61.88, POC coming in at 58.06, and value area low coming in at 54.72. So there you go. That's what I'm looking at on Solana. And then, yeah, locally, that MPOC at $70 is your next key level. But again, remember, $80 is really the next macro level. But there you go. There is Solana. Let's go ahead and check out ADA. Yeah. Okay. So, Cardano. Come on, brother. Okay. So I'm not going to lie here, actually. I could be, yeah. Look at the 2-day green dot money flow. So this is the thing, guys. There's mixed signals, right? Like, this is as bullish as, like, this is a bullish 2-day chart. So really what I'd be looking for here is this and 2-day green dot money flow crossing over at the exact same time. This is bullish. So I would be careful with the shorts, but kind of what I'd be looking for here on ADA would be, oh yeah, we already hit the 786. Yeah, I would watch this area, guys, because if you're unable to get above this level, or even if you do push up a little bit more, right? Like, what are you just doing? You're putting in higher highs on your price action. This 2-day, I'd look for the 2-day bear div. Like, this is the next macro signal of weakness on the higher time frames that I would be looking at right now. But again, with this 2-day, I want to be very clear, guys. It's very hard for me to separate, especially because if you have like beginners coming into the stream and all that, they're just coming in saying, like, is it up or down, right? And like, it's very hard for me to figure out how to convey this to people, right? Because this does look like on the 16-hour, right, the 12-hour, even the daily, right, you have your higher highs on price action into a level of resistance with your lower highs on your momentum waves, potential bearish divergences, and signs of weakness. But if you don't know how to keep that in the context of the time frame that you're looking at, you're going to just think that, like, oh, I'm just bearish because I'm bearish, right? But you come to the 2-day, guys, this fresh money flow crossover is very, 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 very bullish. Remember, the money flow indicates the longer-term trend to the upside. So If the money crosses over into the green, this indicates that this trend, right, not this move up, not this move down, not this move up, not this move down, not this move up or move down, this entire trend, right, whether we get a big push down to this level and then another move up, it's indicating that the long-term trend will continue pushing to the upside, right, even if we get a correction. Because oftentimes you'll see people, you'll be like, hey, this is very bullish, guys. 2-day money flow crossover with a green dot on the daily, and then a few days later, you get a correction, and people are like, what happened? I thought you were bullish on that. And it's like, we are. You have to understand the difference between the time frames, right? So just because we're bullish on this money flow crossover and green dot doesn't mean that you can't correct before continuing back up. So being able to separate those, the context between the time frames is extremely important. So very, very bullish on the 2-day, right? But once this momentum wave comes up and gives you a bearish divergence, even though it's a 2-day bear div, right, we are simply just expecting that to be a lackluster pullback before putting a higher low in and then continuing to the upside. But in the context of a 2-day, that 2-day bear div, if you're looking at the 4-hour, this push to the downside is going to feel like death, right? But really all you're doing, right? Like people are going to be like, what happened? I thought you were bullish on ADA. We're melting down. And it's like, go back to the 2-day and you'll see that you're just putting in a higher low and continuing up. And that would be the likely scenario here, right? Until proven otherwise, right? But that is what I'd be looking at on Cardano, guys. Yeah, very, very similar to Bitcoin, right? And then your 4-hour locally, I would expect to bing bong around, maybe come back up and test these highs again, or maybe even push a little bit higher. We'll have to see what happens, but that is what I'm looking at on Cardano. Shout out to Jessica, our female CandleMafia representative. Thank you for saying that. Said, press that like button, push it, touch it, hit it with your elbow, touch it with your butt, lick it. I don't care what you do. Just touch that like button. 750. We're giving away a free month of premium Discord. So you don't even have to do the TA. But I recommend you do. But let's see. Yes, shout out to Al Jr. Says, Frankie, are your market cipher B inputs all default? Yes. The only thing different, and there you go, 4-hour green dot just printed. So yeah, maybe able to push up locally here. But market cipher B settings are simply all default. All I have changed is the colors, and I have some stuff removed, right? I don't have the RSIs on or anything. Those are off. But other than just like removing the stuff I don't look at and changing the colors, all the actual inputs are all default. So there you go. Shout out to Al. Shout out to Dave Digital, said, I heard it's a tight fit. Shout out to Dave Digital. How can you see that my jeans are busting at the seams right now? Thanksgiving just passed, man. I ate a little bit extra. Big deal. Whatever. I'm going to pop a button. Big whoop. Shout out to Dave Digital. I'm just kidding, bro. Shout out to Dave. But thank you, Jessica, for that super chat, guys. Smash that like button. If you love Jessica as much as we do, all right, let's go ahead and see. Bitfrog said tight fit. Oh, God. All right, let's see. Let's continue on here. Shout out to David Brumbelow in the chat. Talking to Crypto Billy. What is up, David? Thank you for being here, bro. I appreciate you. Let's see. Yeah, XRP is acting like Cardano, meaning like not moving that much. Take a pop over to XRP. I am still in my XRP short, as we just said, as we were just looking at. But once we get above that value area low, that is likely where XRP will get another move up. Is XRP on the list? It is not, but we could take just a quick look. Again, like honestly, not much happening on XRP at the moment. Simply put, doorway to higher prices is the value area low of this range. Just like the value area low was higher, the door to higher prices on Bitcoin, right? This is a doorway to higher prices. You break it, bing bong, right? And then even the more macro volume profile, same thing, guys. This works on every single time frame. Once you get to this level, you pop above it, bing bong, right to the POC. Bing bong, now we're on our way to the value area high, right? So that's why the value area lows are the doorway to lower prices or higher prices, depending on which way you're approaching them. And it's the same thing on XRP, right? Value area low is the doorway to higher prices. Once you get above that level, typically you can see right here, you hit your head, you get above it, bing bong, right to the POC. Or actually, is that the POC? That's not the POC. But bing bong, you get the move to the upside. What I wanted to show here was when we had that Lambo candle to the actual POC. If we come back in time here a little bit, I will just show you that we did bang our head on that value area low. Come on. Come on. There we go. Right? So you come up to the value area low. This was also the doorway to higher prices at this point. You hit your head, can't get back above it, and then boom, once you flip it to support, bing bong, right to the POC. So you could expect something similar. I'm not saying you're going to go directly to the POC instantly, but the theory remains exactly the same, right? We're now just simply knocking on that same exact door right now. So once you get above that decisively, that's where you're going to be looking for a move up to your next key levels, where at this point, the most major level you should be looking at, these are, let me go ahead and pull this to the actual low, get rid of this, and then I'll just pull a fresh fib here from the, kind of hard. I don't like going to these wick highs, but we'll just do it for this case. So yeah, next key level, in my opinion, is going to be this golden pocket, right? So if we get above that value area low and we do get a big move up, I will be looking at this golden pocket 786 retracement for some resistance. So there's a little quick XRPTA. So again, get above that value area low, bing bong, get right up into that zone. That would be kind of the next major target for me once we get above the value area low. Shout out to Blockchain Domain. Thank you for the super chat, bro. He says, thank you, Frankie, for teaching us. You make this fun, entertaining, and educational. I'm going to be able to give back on Golden's level soon. Let's go. Shout out to Blockchain Domain. I can't wait to see you give back. Yeah, shout out to Blockchain Domain. Yeah, dude, I'm glad that you sent that super chat yesterday because it wound up being a really good teaching opportunity, not only for you, but the whole Candle Mafia. So shout out to Blockchain Domain. Thank you so much, man. All right, let's see. Shout out to Tyler Durden. Says, it's not a super chat, but when Tyler Durden sends a super chat, it's a magic super chat. So when he sends a regular chat, it's a magic chat. But shout out to Tyler Durden. He says 650 likes. Frankie gives 650 likes, and Frankie gives a hat away to me. Shout out to Tyler Durden. Tyler asked me for a hat. You do so much for this channel that I'll give you 2 hats. So shout out to Tyler Durden. But guys, actually what I meant was if we don't get 650 likes, Tyler doesn't get a hat. And yeah, I think if we don't get 650 likes, there may be catastrophic consequences. I don't know what they are, but shout out to Tyler Durden. But let's see. Yes, Tyler gets 2 hats. Shout out to Creighton C. Frankie, what are your thoughts about Ordi USDT? Shout out to Tessa. We will try to take a look at that if we have time, but I do want to get through. We just spent time on XRP. It wasn't even on the list. But shout out to Tessa. Let's go ahead and take a look at HBAR, which is actually the next coin on the list. So let's go ahead and jump on into it. Tony D said, Frankie Candles, I gave him a hat earlier today. He's running a scheme, trying to double down. Get him. Sick him, guys. Get him. Doge running. Shout out to 12. Says Doge is running. Doge is next on the list. Shout out to 12. Let's get it. All right, let's see. Let's continue on. Okay. Okay, let's take a look. For HBAR, okay, we're actually, well, hey. Well, I guess the last time we were looking at HBAR, we were looking for, I mean, yeah, when was this? This was November. Oh, this was November 25th. Hang on. Where is this pulled from? Okay. All right, yeah. So pulling your fib from the high to the low here gives you this area of resistance. I don't remember exactly when we drew this, but it must have been when we got the dump here. Got the beautiful rejection off the value area high. Golden pocket confluence. Got to move, shockingly, from the value area high back to the value area low. And then, once again, extremely shockingly, we got another move from the value area low back to the value area high. It's almost like you could trade these. Like if you had confirmation here to go long, it'd be very likely to go to the value area high and vice versa, right? Interesting. But anyway, getting this move into this area of resistance, we are attempting to tap this golden pocket again. I would be careful of a 786 test here for maybe I would. The VWAPs are a little chopped up here. I'm not going to lie. Take a look at the 90-minute. So yeah, I would still be looking at this range. This range is still relevant in my opinion. And I would look at, I would be looking at this range, right? Value area high. I'll mark this out for you guys. Previous value area high coming in at about 0.06390 cents. Previous POC. Or not even previous. I don't know why I'm saying previous. POC sitting at 0.0618 2. And then your value area low is sitting at 0.05965, right? So there you go. Whoops. Yeah. So let's actually analyze this locally here. So, see the 15-minute. Ooh. Little bear div into that golden pocket. VWAP rolling around on the 4-hour. 2-hour bear div looking to print. No 1-hour bear div, though. 30-minute, no. Yeah, so you have a little bit of a local divergence here, but yeah, 2-day green dot similar to Bitcoin. Yeah, your 3-day, 4-day, or at least your 4-day and your 3-day are looking for potential green dots. Money flow coming up. So again, look at the money flow on the higher time frames. Look at the 5-day in the green, back into the red. If this crosses back into the green, it could be a big bullish signal, right? Same thing on the 6-day. This money flow does look like it wants to cross over. So again, H-bar hasn't really gotten a breakout here yet, but it could be on the verge, right? But I would be expecting a little bit of bing-bonging around, not only within our local profile here, but also the more macro profile that we could even shoot up towards this value area high before correcting and then finally getting a breakout to the upside above this range, coming to higher prices. Now, if that winds up happening and you get a big breakout on H-bar, what levels should you be looking at, right? Really what I would say is let's pull some fibs, right? Let me get rid of all this TA, grab our fib, pull it from this high. Actually, no, we're going to pull it from boom. Or no, we already pulled this fib, didn't we? Yeah. Okay, so we're going to pull it from this high. Whoops. Come on. There we go. All the way to this low, right? So you got the golden pocket. Yeah. If we do get a breakout of that range that we were just looking at, or just kind of it's like bear market bottom here. Come on with this trading view. Come on, I'm begging you. But yeah, if we get a breakout of this bigger range here, guys, I would be looking up into the golden pocket 786. I'm not going to... Getting between about 0.07609 and 0.08603. Bada boom, bada bing. There we go. Bada boom. So, yeah, there you go. So, again, if you're able to get a breakout, that's the next major level of resistance. But other than that, let me bring up those other levels that we were looking at. Locally, this is what I'm looking at, guys. Like, just simply treating this as a range for the most part. Come on, trading view. That is so frustrating, especially for this show. Is like so fast-paced that it just glitches constantly. But those are the levels I'd be looking at on H-bar. Pretty clean range here. Looking forward to continue getting respected, right? Especially with the bear divs on the lower time frames into the value area high golden pocket. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. Let's see. Shout out to David Brumbelow said, I love my Frankie Candles hat. It stays right with me 95% of the time. Excellent hat. Excellent hat. Yeah, shout out to David Brumbelow. These Richardson 112s, they're like name brand hats. These aren't like cheap out like merch hats. These are like name brand hats that we just put the patch on. Because I'm a stickler for hats. Like, you give me a cheap hat, like you get a hat for like, they give it out for free at like a convention or something, and it's like low quality and like the brim's all messed up and it's like there's threads pop. Like, no. I need a nice smooth brim, a nice bend. We need a high quality hat with real leather. This isn't pleather. This is real leather. And I made sure of it because I did not want pleather. We actually got pleather, fake leather, and it didn't look good, so we sent it back and ordered real leather. So there you go. But yeah, everybody loves these hats. Chain link, yeah, shout out to Through Rose Color, through R-O apostrophe, yes. Through Rose Colored Glasses, we could take a look at Link here. Link is coming up next. So let's take a look at Doge, and then Link is next on the list. Take a look at Doge. Oh, baby, look at that, guys. Almost like we knew. Not almost like we knew, but it's almost like... It's almost like we were looking at this level right here. But let's come up to the daily time frame and analyze a little bit closer to what is going on. So let me move this a little bit more accurately. So Doge looking for a very, very similar kind of thing here, right? So let me get rid of these levels here, get rid of this local range. Simply put, guys, what happened? You come to the bottom of the range, put in your lower lows, you put in the bullish divergences on your daily time frame. That is a mark of a significant bottom, especially with money flow starting to come up. And then your goal there is to get above the value area low, get to the POC, eventually get over the POC, and up to your value area high. All we're seeing happen here is volume profile theory play out, right? So nothing really shocking here because we've been looking, we have looked at Dogecoin recently, looking at those, looking at Dogecoin, looking for a potential move into this value area high, which is your doorway to higher prices. Why is this your doorway to higher prices? Well, simply put, there we go. Simply put, we have a low volume gap here, right? What happens every time we enter this low volume gap? And I would actually argue that this low volume gap, I'm going to draw a box on this entire low volume gap. So I would actually draw it from here all the way. All the way really to the doorway of lower prices, or doorway to higher prices, right? Because what happens every time you slip into this box, guys, typically you get a quick move, right? And even if we extend it all the way back to here, right? You have a little bit of support here, a little bit of support here, right? Or you got two levels right here. But other than that, not a whole lot of volume. If we zoom out or come back to current price action, not a whole lot of volume between this value area high where we're at right now. Volume falls off pretty aggressively into the value area low right here, right? So, the reason I stopped the low volume gap here is because we do have a pickup in volume, right? So the real quick move is probably only going to happen up to this point until you start ranging around or getting some kind of interaction with the high volume node like you see right here. But other than that, within the purple box, just straight down, right? Straight up, straight down. Then you get over this level, you interact with it. But within the box, straight up, straight down, right? Get to the box, straight down, bearish retest, straight down, right? And then back into the purple box, up, super quick. This one tried to break out, couldn't do it. Right here, straight up, got rejected. So if we wind up getting above this level, guys, we could wind up seeing a break through that low volume gap once again, bringing us even closer, right? Maybe you get a quick move up to here, and then you start playing around, and then maybe you get bing bong around here. But expect that move through this purple box to be somewhat aggressive. Doesn't need to be instant or a teleportation, as sometimes I call it, but expect it to be somewhat aggressive through that low volume gap. And then once you start knocking on this value area low, that's your kind of next levels of context, right? So again, you break out here, doorway to get a quick move up to the top of the purple box at about 0.11352. You get above that level, looking to knock on your value area low door, right? So just like this value area high is the doorway to higher prices, that is due to a low volume gap. So once you leave this range, you're expecting a quick move. And remember, price ranges 80% of the time. So you have balance, which is a range, and then you have imbalance, which is an impulse to the upside or downside, right? So we have had pretty good balance here other than that move, right? Pretty significant balance, right? And then if we get imbalance through this low volume gap, price is going to hunt out the next area of balance or next value area, which simply put is sitting right up. Whoo, baby, this, I don't know if this is a computer thing. It cannot be a computer thing. It's got to be a trading view thing. We just packed this puppy with power. There's no way that it's this laggy. Once we get a move through that low volume gap, guys, the price is likely going to hunt out the next area of value, which, ooh, baby. TradingView is really testing me right now. So there we go, right? So there's our next area of balance. And if we get imbalance through this low volume gap, which would make a lot of sense, this could be the next area to be looking at as I draw another random picture. If we get above that level, that is going to be where we are looking to find new balance between these two levels, right? So that would be your new area of balance. So you have balance down here, break into the low volume gap, imbalance, and then you find balance again, right? So that's what I'd be looking at on Dogecoin. All right, let's see. I always get cold coffee after taking care of the boys with autism. Shout out to Jessica. I think I remember you saying that you work with kids with autism. I don't know the context of that conversation. I guess you guys are talking about coffee, and I could use some coffee right now if I'm not lying, but I'll just use the Aztecian Cactus Moss Water. Bada boom, bada bing. All right, let's continue on here. Next coin is going to be Link. Shout out to I think 12. Were you asking for Dogecoin? Who was asking for Dogecoin? There you go. Hopefully that helps you. Oh, they're your kids. Okay, I do remember you saying something like that. So shout out to Jessica. Let's see. Ooh, blended iced coffee. Interesting. Let's see. I got tired of accidentally cold coffee, and I started drinking it on ice. Yo, that's funny. Shout out to Ember. Guys, I got to say, this is not a sponsored post, but I have a cup. It's getting washed downstairs. But I have a mug, guys, called an Ember mug, and I'm somebody who drinks a lot of coffee all day, and sometimes I'll make a cup and leave it somewhere, or it'll just be on my desk, and then I go run downstairs to do something. I make another cup of coffee. I'm just drinking coffee all the time. But this new Ember mug, guys, keeps your coffee burning hot. It's super cool. It's got a little coaster that sits on your desk, and you just charge it, and it keeps your coffee burning hot. It's amazing. I love it. It's crazy. Go check it out. Let's see. All right, let's go ahead and coffee. Shout out to Crimson Caravan Company. You know I like that black coffee. Let's see. Crimson Caravan said cup warmer. Yeah, basically, it's not a cup warmer. It's a warming cup, if that makes sense. But anyway, let's continue on to Link, guys. Taking a look at Coinbase. Let's go ahead and check it out. So I guess oh, baby. Okay. Let's go ahead and jump on in here and take a look at what we got going on. I guess what we were looking at last time on Chainlink was a potential swing failure of these highs right here. And if I go ahead and pull up the... let's go ahead. I think we did this yesterday, pulling up the Link liquidation chart here. Let it load real quick. Let's see. Yo, shout out to Dean M. Says, I don't want a hat or anything. Could you just buy me an Ember mug? Yo, shout out to Dean, bro. I love the, yo, you're funny, bro. Oh, God, you guys are hilarious. But anyway, yeah, looking, what are we looking at here? Let's take a look. Okay, so this is the 10-hour. Let's take a look at the daily, right? Let's go back to the liquidation chart. Come up to the daily. Bada boom, bada bing. All right, let's see. Yeah, okay, so we do have, I mean, this is from quite a while ago, but probably got a lot of liquidity sitting above these highs right here, guys. You got low, medium, and high leverage liquidation sitting above here. We do know that, so I would be looking at this as a level of, not necessarily a level of resistance, but a level of liquidations, right? So not expecting this to, anyone who's using the liquidations as a part of their strategy, not looking at this as just a level of resistance, although it can behave like that. What I look for here is to push up and liquidate people, which would actually result in breaking the level to the upside with a big wick, right? So not looking for just a general rejection off this level, but looking for a wick above and then looking for shorts up here, trying to see if people are getting liquidated to try to catch the reversal back to the downside. And that's the general thought process of this TA that we did. And this is still, we almost came up to it, but we are still kind of bing-bonging around. So there still is an opportunity. Now, the one thing I don't like about this is that there isn't really big wicks up here. Like really on any time frame. You really like to have big wicks up there for a high likelihood swing failure pattern. But we could easily come up into this level. We're probably, if I had to guess, let's see. Okay, so we're kind of interacting with a fib retracement. Let's go ahead and pull some volume on this thing, pull it from the high to the current price action. So yeah, this is kind of what I'd be looking at, guys, if I'm being honest with you. Let's see. Let me go ahead and drag this back over here. So yeah, this is really what I'd be looking at on Link, right? So your value area is down here, right? So you got your value area low, your high, deviation, right? So you're getting respected as a typical volume profile. You got to break out. What I would look for here really is 4-hour green dot looking to print. So I would look for a potential push up into these levels. But again, I would be careful of those people getting liquidated and getting a reversal back down. But these are the levels I'd be watching for locally on Link, right? So your value area high is your current key level of your value area high is your current key level of support, sitting at 1526. Mark that value area high. Your POC is sitting right here at 1450, 1449 to be exact. Or I'm sorry, 1462 to be exact. We will change this to POC. Bada boom, bada bing. And then we'll change this to value. Whoops. We'll change this to value area low. Bada boom. Okay, so there you go. Bang, bang, bang. Turn that neutral. Turn it Nucci. There we go. Okay. So, yeah, 4-hour green dot. If you print that 4-hour green dot, looking for a push up into this level, but being very cautious of a rejection here. But then again, if you do come down, really your key level of support is right here on the value area low. If you get accepted back below it, looking for a move down to the POC and value area low. But for the most part, Yeah, green. Yeah, look at that. Oh, baby. Green, red dot looking to print on the daily. Of course, your 2-day green dot is already confirmed. Money flow kind of starting to roll back over here on the 2-day as well. So be careful about that. But that's kind of really what I'd be looking at on Link, right? So let me actually pull up Trading Light really quickly here. Reconnect. And we'll pull up Link. Come on with the dang thing. Okay. Link. Let's see. Binance, Bybit. Okay. Bada boom. All right. So we're on the daily looking for naked points of control above, right? So, yeah, you can see. Yeah, look at that, baby. Okay, great confluence here. Great confluence. So we have a naked point of control right here. We also have a naked point of control sitting right here. So these are key levels you definitely want to mark out. 1709 and 1773. 1709 and 1773. Right there. Oh, come on. So, yeah, it's kind of a pocket just above, right? So it would be nice. It would be nice if you were looking to liquidate all those shorts that are sitting above this high. It might make sense if you do get a move above this level and you start stopping those people out to get an impulse up, a big wick, and then this would be the saucy level to be looking for the actual short or rejection at, right? Because not only are you going to get a liquidation here, potentially a liquidation event to occur to push price up, but you're pushing it into a key level of resistance before potentially reversing it back to the downside. So that is what, I mean, that's the sauce right there. I'm going to stop it right there. That is what I'd be looking at on Link. And then let me just label these MPOC real quick so we know what they are. Bada boom. And we'll see what happens, right? No guarantees that you reject that level, but it's good to know that these are there, because if price comes up and starts interacting with these prices, you can now know that you're probably going to be looking for a short, right? If you don't find the confirmations, you sit on your hands, wait for the next level. So there you guys go. That is what we are looking at on Chainlink. Let's go. Shout out to 12. Said, can you check Rose? Yeah, what are we doing on time? Yeah, we could check Rose. That'll be the last one that we check. Let's take a look. All right, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Okay. Oh, okay. So let's take a look at the daily real quick. All right, so daily bear div is confirmed. Doesn't mean that it's going to zero, but let me get rid of all this stuff. So yeah, daily bear div is confirmed. 2-day. Oh, 2-day bear div is currently printing. Fresh money flow crossover, so definitely bullish on this in the long term. I don't want anyone thinking just because there's a bear div on the 2- and 3-day that we have to be bearish altogether, right? That's not what that means. But it could easily give us a pullback, right? But not looking to nuke it to zero. The money flow crossover on the 3-day right now is looking pretty dang saucy, right? So that is making me think that if we do wind up coming down, it is more likely going to be to come down in a lackluster dump to put in a potential higher low to continue back to the upside to make another higher high, right? And then if we go ahead and pull this, I could actually pull this whole dang range. So yeah, you do have somewhat of a some kind of an orderly volume profile. It's a little bit wonked with pretty big deviations to the downside, but yeah, simply put, coming down to the, if we do wind up cooling off here, right, let's say that 3-day bear div winds up printing or confirming and you get a move down, this is going to be a key level of support right about here. Shout out to Dark Crash. What is going on? Saying smash that like button. Don't forget to smash the like button, guys, if you're finding value in the live stream. And also, if you want to get in the premium Discord for free, we will be giving that away if we hit 750 likes. But this is going to be a key level of support right here. So your value area high. So if you do wind up coming back down, say you do get a bigger move down off this 2-day, even just the 3-day red dot, right? If that gives you a pullback, that's going to be kind of the first major level of support to be looking at, right, if we get the move down, right? And then once you get down here, it's also a key level, because if you can't get back above it, right, and you get stuck underneath it, that's where you're looking for a bigger move to the downside, right? So with that being said, those are the key levels to the downside if you get the move down based off these higher time frame bearish signals. And then coming down to the lower time frames, though, this is going to prove that this doesn't just mean because you have a red dot on the 3-day that you're just looking to instantly short, because you can see here your 3- and 4-hour green dots are looking to print here, and you get above here, hold this as support. that's where you're looking for a move back up to the value area high. So I would not be looking to short this. Why would I be looking to get into a short right now? Right? If I know, if I'm going to get into a short here, maybe put my stop loss above the value area low here. If I know that this green dot is likely to print on the 4-hour, why would I go short here if I'm expecting price to even push up a little bit? So again, what I would rather do here is wait for that green dot to print, potentially push us over that value area low and into the value area high again, and then I would take this as a range trade with the possibility of breaking back down below the range and getting the bigger correction to come in towards that value area high based off the higher time frames. So that is basically what I would be looking at here on Rose. And then again, your 4-hour money flow is also coming out pretty heavily as well. So if you do come up here, definitely going to be treating this as a range, right? And then if you pull from, if you pull your fib from the high to the low, you could see this could kind of give you a little bit of a rejection zone. So there you go. Bada boom, come up into here, rejection, right? That's kind of what I would look for. And listen, doesn't mean it's guaranteed to happen. If we come down from here and I miss that move, like, cool, I'll catch the next trade. No big deal. But that is, I wouldn't be willing to take this trade until we got that push up. And if we didn't get it, whatever. But I wouldn't take the trade unless we get that push up. But that's exactly what I'd be looking at on Rose. So there you go. Shout out to 12. I saw you in there looking for that. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Thank you for that super chat, bro. I appreciate you. He says, shout out to Jimmy Void. Hey, Jimmy Two Shoes, my paisan. He says, OG, XRP, Bronx, Bitcoin Bulls. 5-0 Posse, coffee time, Frankie. Shout out to the original OG. We love you, JimmyVoid.com. Yo, shout out to Jimmy Void. Is he in here? Is Jimmy Void in here? Let me know. Let me know. Is he in here? Or are we just shouting out Jimmy Void because he's the GOAT? Let me know. Billy, let me know. If he's in here, I want to shout him out. If not, I'll just shout him out anyway. Hey, Jimmy Two Shoes, my paisan, brother. Black coffee over here for you, bro. Salud, my paisan. If you're not an OG, you don't really understand. But shout out to Jimmy Void. Let's go. Zeus Cash said, can we do Gala? We can't do Gala, unfortunately, because I already said Rose would be the last coin. So I'm sorry, Zeus Cash. The fish guy, just so you guys know, we can't do Gala. I'm so sorry. But I'll check this out real quick. What is this? I think this is like a gaming project. Yeah, I think it's a gaming project. I think Jayla, I think is the name of it. I'll just take a look at this one, I guess. I don't know why. I'm just kidding. Shout out to the fish guy. Let's go. We'll take a quick look at Gal. I saw a couple people request it. Oh, he isn't. Okay. Shout out to Crypto Billy. We're just shouting out Jimmy Void because he's the man. But yeah, shout out to Jimmy Void. But let's see. Oh, the G is silent. That's right. Okay, this is Allah. This is God. Let's see. We can't do Gala, one of Frankie's favorite projects. Yeah, shit. Shout out to Creighton C. Yeah, I mean, listen, here's the thing. Oh, baby. Okay, hang on. Let's just cover the price action really quickly, right? So where is this? I'm so shocked the POC's down here. Okay, so what happened here, guys, right? We came into our value area, right? And again, we did this the same way we do it. We do all of them, right? We look for the previous consolidation. We extend the volume profile to the right. We wait for price. We wait for price to approach. Once we get in, we expect those levels to get respected as they did. As you can see, we ranged around deviation, back to the high, back to the low, back to the high, back to the low, back to the high. And then we come into the midpoint, find some support, and we finally get the breakout of this area, of this volume profile, right? So what does this mean? It means that we had balance in the market. What is going on? What is going on? Okay. Yeah, nothing else on my computer is glitching. For some reason, TradingView is on one right now. I don't know why. But really what we're looking at here, guys, is what is... I can't draw. What is going on right now? Hold up, guys. Hold up. Okay, are we cool? Can we draw now? I can't draw, guys. Oh, no. The brush tool is broken. Brush. No. Wait, maybe we can't. Maybe we can't do Gala. Hang on. Okay, there we go. Woo! Thought we wouldn't be able to do Gala. But we are getting the breakout here, guys, right? What happened here? We had balance. We broke above the value area high, flipped it to support, and we are now getting a breakout. Where is the next target for Gala if we continue up? Well, I would probably I would be looking at this, right? So we have a macro volume profile up here at about 0.3670, right? All the way up here. But we could potentially have some kind of a wonked out area of consolidation right here that we could look at, right? So I'm actually going to I'm not really going to look to treat this as a range. I mean, you could, to be honest, but it's very small, right? We're already hitting that POC, right? Like, where is price sitting right now? Right here, simply looking to come up to that value area high. So this is actually going to be an area I would pay attention to, right? The value area high of this range, coming in at 0.03155. If we get up here, I would be careful of some resistance, even if you deviate above. Now, once you actually get a breakout of, and this is kind of an important level of resistance for more reason than one. Not only are we hitting these lows from back here, right? You got a bounce here. You even got a little bit of interaction right here, but you also have the resistance from inside this range. So this is kind of a key level. And we're kind of hitting the level right now. So this is actually kind of a zone of resistance rather than just a level. But this is kind of the next area of resistance. Now, really, again, this is kind of a local profile, but if we're able to get above this level, let's pull up the VPVR, see what the volume looks like. VRVP. Boom, boom. There we go. So, come on, volume profile. Let's go. Okay. So, yeah, you can see not a lot of volume here. Not a lot of volume, right? So if we could get above that value area high that I just marked out and flip it to support, we may be able to get a quick move up into this new value area. And then this is the saucy value area that gets you into those 4-cent ranges, getting all the way up to 5 cents, where you have your value area high sitting right here at about at about 5 cents, right? Like almost 5 cents exactly, right? So these are going to be kind of the next major levels to be looking at if we get a move up. But really, locally, guys, if I'm being honest, come on. Okay, I just want to get rid of this. Okay, TradingView is bullying me today. This is wild. But anyway, that's what I'm looking at, guys. This is just textbook volume profiles, right? Boom, POC, value area low, right? So get above the POC, looking at the value area high. We're almost there. We break out of here. We also know there's low volume in here, so that could get us a quick move up into this value area low, which then becomes your doorway to higher prices. If you get above there, you're looking for a move up to the POC. Shout out to Crypto Pollo. Said, Frankie, you got rugged by TradingView. Shout out to Crypto Pollo, or Bitcoin Chicken, as I like to call him. I'm just straight up getting slapped around by TradingView right now. Yeah, shout out to Crypto Billy. Said, this is beautiful, man. Look at that chart. Yeah, absolutely. Just like, shout out to the volume. Shout out to the volume, guys. Just right up into the volume profile. Didn't really respect this one that well. I'm not going to lie. But once we get up in here, respect the profile. Get back in here, respect the profile. Get above here, quick move. Get above there, respect that profile, right? So, yeah, just moving up. Like, these are like, the volume profiles are like stairs. They're like steps, right? Hop up in here. Breakout, next step, right? And that's how the market moves, right? And that's how we predict this stuff. So there you go. That's what I'm looking for on Gala. But guys, I think that is all the time we got for tonight's live stream. Shout out to Juan Tutri. Shout out to you, bro. He says, call the koozie giveaway La Koozie Nostra. Shout out to Juan. Done, bro. Absolutely done. If we ever get enough likes to get another giveaway of the koozies, then we'll call it La Koozie Nostra. La Koozie La Nostra. But shout out, 565 likes on tonight's live stream. Thank you guys so much for smashing that like button. We'll spin that wheel 10 times for that 565 likes. So shout out to everybody still tuned in here. He said, but what about Ordi USDT, man? Shout out to Tessa. Tessa, stick around for the Frankie fake out. And maybe whatever lunatic Frankie Candles clone comes in for those fake outs, we'll do some TA on Ordi. But guys, let's go ahead and spin that wheel of pain and pleasure and see if we can get some giveaways to start off the week. Let's see. Shout out to Creighton C. Said TradingView doing its best impersonation of Mrs. Candias. Shout out to Creighton C. I thought maybe he was trying to be like funny with a play on words, but I think that may just be a typo. Let me know in the chat, Creighton. Thank you for that super chat, bro. You're the GOAT. I appreciate you so much, man. But let's go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and see if we could get these giveaways to pop up. All right, let's go ahead and see. Let's see. When Crypto and Cappuccino, shout out to Dave Digital. I will not lock in a time until I am certain that we lock down the schedule. We have some things going on right now. We're just waiting for certain things to finish, and then we're locking in a schedule. But right now, we're gonna kind of like put them up like kind of sporadically. I didn't do one today, really, because I had a premium live stream to do. It gets a little bit too hectic. But we're going to kind of sprinkle them in throughout the week, and then we're going to lock in days. Whether it's going to be every single afternoon or maybe 2 times a week, 3 times a week, we want to lock it in. But I don't want to commit to it until I know that we can stick to a schedule, right? I don't want to tell people it's every Wednesday, Tuesday, and Thursday if we're going to miss streams. I want to make sure we're ready to go. All right, everything coffee is good. Shout out to Tessa, absolutely. Yeah, shout out to Tyler Durden, guys. Tyler Durden made the move down to the ATL, so we now got Tyler Durden boots on the ground in the ATL. Shout out to you, bro. Yeah, bro, we're gonna have to do something this weekend for sure. So yeah, well, I'll text you after the stream. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and spin that wheel. Spin numero uno. Who's it gonna be? Who's it going to be? What is it going to be? Shout out to Jessica, said, I have a hat. Oh, I thought you said a big D. Shout out to Jessica. I feel like I walk into the worst stuff sometimes in chat. Let's see. Shout out to Zeus Cash, up over 300% on Gala so far. Ooh, baby. Do you guys do live Zoom calls? Shout out to Raphael. We've thought about it, like one-on-one coaching kind of thing. We don't offer it actively right now, but we thought about maybe adding something like that. The problem is I have very, 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 very limited time. So it would be really hard for me to it's much easier for me to teach to a group than individually because of the way my time works, right? Like if I had 20 people that wanted one-on-one calls, it would take me forever to get through all those because I have so much going on. So it's easier. We're working on some stuff educationally, if you know what I mean. So no, we don't actively do them right now. I'm open to doing them, but I just don't think I don't have the time to do them right now. Let's see. Tyler Durden said, I do one-on-one coaching, but I just yell at you for an hour, and then we both cry together. Yo, shout out to Tyler, bro. Yo, why? Dude, you're funny, bro. Rob the Crypto Snob says, you're not walking into the worst stuff. The chat is this bad all the time. Yo, shout out to Rob. I thought I just looked over at the wrong time, so I guess you guys are always like this. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. Multi-sig Dummy in the chat says, what is going on, Mafia? Late, but you know what they say? That's right. They say sometimes you're late and sometimes you're not. That's what they say. What's going on, Multi-Sig? What's going on, bro? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. How you doing, bro? How you doing? Let me know. Let's see. Doing math homework with someone's dad. That's like doing math homework with someone's dad. Yeah. Yo, that's funny. That's funny. Let's see. Bada boom. All right, let's see here. Wow, guys. Why? Oh, no, we're not getting too rugged here. We got 3 giveaways out of 7. We got a few more spins left. Shout out to 12 Big. Shout out to you, bro. Let's see. Bada bing, bada boom. Shout out to Redman in the chat. Let's get it. Tessa said, nah, I'm late all the time, unfortunately. Yeah, Tessa, I'm Italian. I don't know if it's an Italian thing, a New York thing, or maybe it's just an Italian-New York thing, like a New York-Italian thing. I'm late to everything. Sometimes I'm so late to stuff that I get so embarrassed that I make up a reason that I can't come. Not because I don't want to come, because I feel so embarrassed to show up to things so late. It's like sometimes I'm walking into the last 20 minutes of an event when I'm supposed to be there on time for like a 2-hour event. I walk in, I'm like, oh my God, there's only 20 minutes left. I can't believe we're this late. Mrs. Candles, why'd you have to do your makeup? You're pretty without makeup. Come on. Or just, you got your hands, right? The hands steal the show every time. Shout out to Mrs. Candles. If you're watching this, I love you dearly. But anyway, let's continue on, guys. I don't know why I'm like this. There we go. We got 3, 4, 5 giveaways. Smash that like button, guys. If we get 600 likes, We'll add 5 spins to the wheel tomorrow. But there we go. We got 3, 4, 5, 6 giveaways out of 10. Not bad. Better than 50%. More than 50%. But not the best. But we got all week to get those giveaways, guys. But with all that being said, I think that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. 40K, here we are. Remember those upward targets that we're looking at next, guys, because on Sunday we were like, hey, watch out for those NPOCs at about 41.5, and then where'd we wind up today, right? I'm not guaranteeing that we're going to wind up at these levels, but remember, those next targets that we put on the chart today could be those next levels of resistance to watch out for. And could we be on the way to 48 to 50K? I think we may, but I just don't know if it's going to be a straight shot up from here. May be able to get that correction first. But with all that being said, guys, I will see you right here, same place, same time, tomorrow at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I don't know if we're doing a crypto cappuccino or not, but that would be the only reason you would see me there first. But other than that, I'll see you right here, same place, same time. Shout out to the Mafia. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I appreciate everybody who stuck around to the end of the video. Let's try to run it up to 600 likes before the end of the actual stream. You guys know what that means. But with all that being said, I'll see you guys next time. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
I ain't tryna see your hand out. No freebies, better pay out. Y'all so cheap, man, we stay out. Feel like a breeze, don't play around. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me.
Yeah, I've been on the road, chill. 31, baby, living out my dream still. I just got off a tour, the product in store, I'm playing. I'll be rocking with the guy in the horse, yeah. You just hopped in the coupe, got lock in the shoes. I worship his Zeus, you not gonna shoot. I'm watching you do the cam base where I'm blocking these fools. I got studio time, I got my watch in the booth, yeah. They be praying on my downfall. I'm an outlaw, switching pulls every stanza like Southpaw. How come your mouth off when y'all soft? No, you see me on the trampoline, about to bounce off, yeah. It's a matter of time. I know you see me standing in the front, back of the line. I happen to grind every minute, passing the time. We ain't never been friends. How you acting like mine? Y'all need contentment. Y'all got resentment. God's grace lead to repentance. You live for mentions that make me question how you gonna handle a gift if you don't know how to stew a blessing. You can't do it. You don't want a dream chase. You don't put your hands to it. You know the circle shrunk. 4th and 40 got a punt. No, I don't do what I want. I do it for the kingdom come. I ain't know that I was flowing. I ain't showing sign of slowing. I am going for the juggler, mate. The one to debate. But you seem to want it for free. I ain't doing video unless I'm gonna get paid. Yeah, I've been working on a gift. I ain't doing free shows. You can call me here again. You can call me what you want. It's really absurd. Just because you're the church doesn't really mean you don't have to pay me what I'm worth.
I ain't tryna see your hand out. No freebies, better pay out. Y'all so cheap, man, we stay out. Feel like a breeze, don't play around. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleepy, and that's when you really gon' need me.
Tessa, please come to the front of the class. Tessa, are you still here? Please come to the front of the class. I'd like to speak with you, please. Sounds like you're in trouble, but you're not. Okay, hello, Tessa. Thank you for being here. And you said you wanted to see Orty. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at it. I don't know why I asked you to come to the front of the class. It's like you're going to do your work. I'm like, you're doing a math problem on the board, but it's not like that. So, but thank you for saying you're here. But shout out to Tessa, guys. Let's jump into Orty really quickly. And I want to talk about this for a second, guys, because this is basically in price discovery yeah, so this is actually trading very technically right now. So what I want to do here is obviously we cannot look left for structure, right? There is no structure to the left. We have broken this high, and now we have nothing really in the way here. So what are we going to be doing? And now here's the thing, right? If we pull these fib levels with the extended Fibonacci, with the extended levels here, you guys can see these fib levels have been hit beautifully, right? boom, you get a break over the 786, right to 33.88, right to 43.45, and right to the $53 level. Now, and you can see beautiful not beautiful reactions, but beautiful respect right on these levels, trading extremely technically off of these fib levels, right? Now, the next key level I would be looking at, if this green dot that is confirmed on your 4-hour time frame is going to give you another push to the upside, right? And, coming up to some of these higher time frames, it does look a little bit more likely that a cool-off will come in. But with these altcoins, sometimes these things can just absolutely moon. But just in general, money flow coming out, 16-hour bearish divergence looking to print. Daily bearish divergence also looking to print. However, if you do get one last push up, the level I would be looking is right here at 61.92. Now, where did I actually get that level from? If you come down to a lower time frame, I actually simply just pulled this fib, and you could see that our upper fib is sitting right here, the 3618, sitting at 61.92. So just like all those other fib levels were respected, if we yeet up, I would expect some kind of a reaction off this level, unless this thing just starts mooning again. But that is the next target I'm looking at for ordies if you get the push to the upside. Now, if you get a push to the downside and you get that daily bear div to play out, what I would really be looking at as far as support would be your golden pocket 786 retracement, right? Locally. So if you get a push down, I would look here for support. We'll turn that blue for support. And then if you do not get the bounce there, I would actually go ahead and pull this fib, right? So I would actually also look at this golden pocket at $40.20, and then that 786 sitting here at about 36,178. Other than that, your next key level would be this high volume node right down here at about 32.25. You could screenshot these levels, Tessa, if you're interested. But there you go. Some quick and dirty TA on ordi, and again, like 4-hour bear divs looking to confirm as well. But again, when something is in parabolic moves like this, you don't just want to short the bear divs. But if we do get that move up, those are the next key levels I'm looking for. And if we get the pullback, those are the key levels of support that I'm looking at. Tessa said, yes, that's where my TPs were, but wasn't sure anymore. Thank you so much. You helped me a lot. Shout out to Tessa. Anytime for you. Shout out to Tessa. We got you. I see some other altcoin requests coming in there, but unfortunately, guys, we got to cut it there. We are out of time. But if we didn't look at your altcoins, whether it's near or what was another one? I can't find the other one, but we'll take a look at near tomorrow. Sorry, Kyle, but we are out of time. But with all that being said, guys, I will see you here tomorrow, same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Frank Candles YouTube channel. Thank you all for sticking around till the end of the stream. Shout out to all the super chats, the gifted memberships. You guys are amazing, and I will see you tomorrow. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Hey, yo, Jay, can we get some ratchet?
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on the road, hey. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out,